Shalom Yitten, Shalom Elohim. Um, Today I wanted to speak about Proverbs, the first chapter, and I wanted to address, before going into this first chapter, the what I meant by mere villain. Mere villain in English is M-E-R-E. You know how to spell, right? Well, in case you didn't know how to spell, it is a different spelling in Yiddish or Hebrew than it is in English, and it's a different one. A different word. And in fact, mere villain in Yiddish means we want. And I'm gonna show you how that translates still, to mere villain, because the mere villain, it may be the want of many, and if it's not, maybe it's not. But we're gonna go over Proverbs, the first chapter, and we're gonna find out. Now, starting from chapter 1, verse 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to understand words of insight, to receive instruction and wise dealing, and righteousness, justice, and equity, to give prudence to the simple, knowledge and discretion to the youth. Let the wise hear and increase in learning, and let the one who understands obtain guidance. To understand a proverb and a saying, the words of the wise and their riddles. For the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, and fools despise wisdom and instruction. Let's stop right there real quick. You ever have those you start speaking about the Lord, and you got those friends or whatever, they say you don't want to hear about that. They come up with every excuse in the book to why they don't talk about God, because they don't believe or whatever. But anyway, we're gonna move on to the next verse 8. Hear, my son, your father's instruction, and forsake not your mother's teaching, for they are graceful garland upon your head and pendants for your neck. My son, if sinners entice thee, do not consent. If they say, come with us, and let us lie in wait for blood, let us ambush the innocent without reason. Like Sheol, or like hell, let us swallow them alive and whole, like those who go down into the pit. We shall find all precious goods. We shall fill our houses with plunder. Throw in your lot among us, and we will have one purse. My son, do not walk in the way with them. Hold back your foot from their paths, for their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed blood. For in vain is a net spread in the sight of any bird, but these men lie in wait for their own blood. They set an ambush for their own lives. Such are the ways of everyone who is greedy for unjust gain. It takes away the life of its possessors. And I'm going to stop right there real quick, because I have the Hebrew and the Linear Bible, but right now we're reading out of the English Standard Version. The difference is, it doesn't take the life of the possessor, it takes the soul. But we're going to keep moving. Wisdom cries aloud in the street. In the market she raises her voice, and at the head of the noisy street she cries out. At the entrance of the city gate she speaks. I'm going to stop right there. A shout out to Israel United in Christ. Shout out to Yahweh Shai, One Body and Yahweh Shai. Shout out to Sakari. Shout out Zelotus. Alright. How long, O simple ones, will you love being simple? How long will scoffers delight in their scoffing and fools hate knowledge? If you turn at my reproof, behold, I will pour out my spirit to you. I will make my words known to you. because I have called and you refuse to listen. I have stretched my hand out and no one has heeded. And because you have ignored all of my counsel and would have none of my reproof, I also will laugh at your calamity, and I will mock when the terror strikes you. When terror strikes you like a storm and your calamity comes like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, then they will call upon me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but will not find me, because they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Lord, would have none of my counsel, and despise all of my reproof. Therefore they shall eat the fruit of their own way, and have their fill in their own devices. For the simple are killed by their turning away, and the complacency of fools destroys them. But whoever listens to me will dwell secure, and will be at ease without dread of disaster. These are the words of the first chapter of Proverbs. It is said that Proverbs was written by King Solomon, the wisest of any of us to ever exist, save Jesus, who was the embodiment of wisdom. So here it says that, not to follow people who run haste and sin and whatnot. It says that they say we shall find all precious goods and we shall fill our houses with plunder. Throw in your lot among us and we will have one purse. Well, if you don't know what that means, in boxing they fight for one prize. It's called a purse, and that purse could be a belt or whatever. But let us have one purse. Let us have one purse. Let us have one want. Mere villain. Here we go again with the mere villain. And he says here in the 16th verse of Proverbs, for their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed blood. Like a mere villain? I'm just asking. But these men lie in wait for their own blood. Hebrew men. Now I'm gonna go ahead and connect this to you got the well, let's go ahead and first we're gonna stop over here real quick. Before we get there, we're gonna go ahead and move down to verse 19. Such are the ways of everyone who is greedy for unjust gain. It takes away the life of his possessors. So if you've ever been in a gang, if you've ever seen a gang, if you've ever watched TV, you've seen somebody in a gang up there and it's a whole bunch of people sitting together on a corner, whatever, but somebody there is a drug dealer. Okay, drug dealing's ill-gotten gains. I'm gonna tell you why. If you sell a person something that caused them to sin, like let's say crack cocaine, man, people on crack will do anything for it. I'm talking about anything. They will steal, they will kill, they will whatever you ask them, they'll do it for that rock or whatever. So when you sell them that and it causes them to sin, right then it's an ill-gotten gain. You say, well, so they're gonna buy it from somebody. They're gonna buy it from somebody anyway. So why not sell it? Well, first, let's just say, biblically, you're at risk of losing your soul. And in all these Bibles that you got right now, it says life. But in that Hebrew Bible, from that first translation, it says soul. So you're in danger of losing your own soul. You chase your own blood, and it's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Not just the selling of drugs, not just you gonna get caught up by police, not just the people in the streets that's competing with you gonna try to kill you. No, the devil laughing. because you're becoming more insensitive. You're losing your soul. You're losing what it is that's good about you. And if you die without repentance of that, oh well, you surely lost it. You surely lost it. So I mean, it's a way to get your soul back, but you can't be giving it away. You can't get caught giving it away. So to be taken. They we want to go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and how long will scoffers delight in their scoff and their fools hate knowledge? Now, I recently asked the head of an organization, I guess recently known as the Gangster Disciples, changed over to Growth and Development, doing new different things, hopefully all positive, and hopefully it's all positive. But to get to the reality of the situation, things are happening that's showing that it's not all positive. It's not working. If your goal was to get someone out based on your good behavior should be disbanded completely. That's because together you have too many old things that's gonna weigh you down. Not me. No, not me pointing out anything religiously incorrect about you. No, that's not what your worry is. What your worry is your old way, your old life. It's following you. You can't clean it out of the system you've created. It's not gonna happen that way. And but anyway, so I says to Don Dirk, are you still blaspheming the 6-point star, or are you giving his full reverence to Judah? And what I should have added was, because I refuse to share my star with the devil. And that's straight up. I refuse. I'm not gonna share my star with the devil. And I was scoffed at. I was even told I was going to be terminated on sight. But yet, you say you're not blaspheming the 6. But yet, your young ones, they aim at their own Hebrew people. They foolish. But yet, they under the 6. You wrong. You need to fix that. It's a kingdom with a 6 real. It's called Judah. You need to find it. And for all those who think that they're gonna come at me, we're gonna go to Proverbs 133. But whoever listens to me will dwell secure and will be at ease without dread of disaster. So for all those death threats y'all throwing, look, you try it, and I promise you'll curse yourself. I promise you'll curse yourself. There was a man that stole from me one time. He stole a microphone from me, and he'll tell you himself, you don't steal from nobody that God loves. This man ended up falling off a 7-story building. He lived to be able to tell his story. Well, it was another man who robbed me for $300. It was the last $300 I had. Unfortunately, the Lord didn't allow him to live to tell his story. The Lord is no favor of men. He will take you out. Play with his anointed ones. Play. Because I'm not the cotton candy guy that you learned about in Joel Osteen's church. I am not the watered down Hebrew. I am not. I do not take your threats lightly, because it's not a threat. It's your own curse. You're looking for your own souls and your own blood. I got that blessing of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. What blessing you got? Almost everybody know the G's from being in prison. Oh well, dude got locked up for robbing. He got caught selling crack. He got caught. What? What? Where's the positive? You pick up some garbage. For what? For what? What did it mean? What did that do? It did nothing. You're watered down. You're worse than lukewarm. You're a mere villain. The only wants that should be getting done right now, the only checklist that should be getting done right now is God's checklist. I'm making you aware of it. He got one. He checked your list off. You pray for your little Christmas stuff. You pray for the little BS you want in life, for your little mere villains, for your little moral therapeutic deism. You get everything you want. God can't get nothing off his list scratched off. You call yourself a what? Get out of here, man. Get out of here. If you're going to believe in the Lord, believe. If you're not going to believe in the Lord, don't play. Because the time of lukewarm is done. The time of lukewarm is done. I'm hot. Are you? That's my little message for those that wanted to scoff me and whatever. But for those who can look past that, those that remember that 424 life, for those that remember that no man, not even the men that put it together, was above what? The truth. If it wasn't for the truth was that black people was being oppressed in Chicago, bruh, and that they needed to stand together. That was the truth, and they stood for that. Y'all stand for secrets and bullshit. I can't stand with y'all. But for those that can look past that, we're gonna wind this video down. A lot of Masons gonna tell you probably really need to be listening on this end. But Psalms 133, it states, "Behold, how good and pleasant it is when brothers dwell in unity." Not separated, not in sections of separation, not Bloods, Crips, Vice Lords, H-Phrase, Land Kings, Twilight Zone, Crips, Conservative Vice Lords, SGD, SD, BGD. No. Behold how pleasant and good it is when brothers dwell in unity. One word. It is like the precious oil on the head, running down on the beard of Aaron, running down to the collar of his robes. This is like the power of anointing. It's like the power of being anointed is in that togetherness. We're gonna keep running on it. It is like the dew of Hermon, which falls on the mountains of Zion. And for there the Lord has commanded the blessing, life forevermore. Mount Hermon is a mountain ridge. It's not that far from Mount Zion. And I've seen pictures. I've never been there, but like if you've ever seen pictures of the Mount of Olives in comparison to like the Negev, which is places, I mean, they're not really kind of that far apart, but you have to see it to understand that. But it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing when we can all get along. It's a beautiful thing when we are one body. It's a beautiful thing when we're not deceived and we don't allow the devil to drive the car for us. Because when the blind lead the blind, I mean, if you got a blind man driving, I mean, you hit a brick wall, you hit that brick wall, right? Smash. Everybody gone. That's what the devil wants. Promise me. That's what he wants. Free yourself. Free yourself with the Lord. For where he is freedom. Shalom.